For me, and a guy in Arizona gave us the name of our show. He calls it Passion Music. He said, y'all sing with so much passion. To me, that's the ultimate compliment, because what I like to do is to entertain the people, let them feel a part of the show, to sound great, and to make them just feel like, wow, this is a wonderful night of music and entertainment. If that happens, then I'm totally happy. Our longevity probably has contributed to a couple of factors. First of all, the help from the man upstairs is probably the main reason. Love for music certainly is one of them. Love for entertaining, which is one of the main reasons that we started singing, just loving to do what we do, and still having that same kid-like goal in mind, enjoying totally what you do. And we started out in this business to create a lifelong career. Of course, we didn't think a lifelong career would last nearly as long as this has, but still, we thought maybe 20, 25 years would be more than enough for be considered in this business a lifelong career. We had been knowing each other as kids all along. We played ball together. We all could sing, and we knew that, and we all could sing, and we all sang in different groups. At that time, Groups on the Corner in every neighborhood was very popular, and we all knew each other. It's just that we happened to be at this one party together, and usually at these parties there is a group from the neighborhood that sings somewhere during the middle of the party. This particular night there was no group, but we were there, so we said, well, we knew Levi could sing lead, and we knew we were pretty good background singers. So we asked Levi to just pick a song, and we back him up. And he picked a song we all knew, and we just kind of fell in, and it felt really good. So we said, it felt good and sounded good enough that we said, wow, this is kind of special. Let's see why don't we form this and make this a group and rehearse and try to do something. So we all agreed to that because we all felt really good about how it sounded that night. Well, can't help myself. When we recorded that, that was our first number one. That was just a gigantic hit. When it first came on the radio, everybody in the country, actually everybody in the world, when they first heard it, it was just an amazing rhythm, with the bass going. It was absolutely amazing. And I was in Detroit riding around in the car with a friend of mine. We had recorded it about 2 weeks earlier, right after we got through working in Detroit at a place called 20 Grand. We had been teamed up with this great writing team, Holland, Dozier and Holland. Or at least Berry Gordy thought they were great, or would be great. And of course, they did turn out to be that. So about 2 or 3 weeks later, I was riding around in my car, and I heard this record come on. I was totally ecstatic. Because to me, the production of it, because when we recorded, we didn't hear all the full production and the mix and all that. But when I heard the final mix on the radio, it just blew my mind. I can remember right now how I felt and how that record sounded to me. And right then, I knew we had a big hit. What was amazing, can't help myself, stayed on the charts so long that Berry Gordy and the company really forgot about a follow-up. Because it was just, everybody was just riding the crest, because it was on there like maybe 19 weeks for number one, which was one of the longest any record has been. And usually they're waiting, Motown is waiting with a good follow-up, because they believe in momentum. And then it started falling off the charts. So Berry called everybody, he called us together, the writers, and he said, look, the record has failed to number 5. It's falling off the chart. I said, so we didn't panic. We said, well, so, he said, look, man, he said, wow, we hot. We got to have a record right now. He said, I need a record in the next couple of days. So Holland, Dozier, and Holland got to pounding their heads, and we sat in the office. They was pounding on the piano, doing some riffs. So I went out that night with Lamont Dozier, who's part of the writing team. We had a couple of drinks, and we was partying good. And so I said, man, you're a little plastered, I better take you home. So I took him home, and he said, well, wait, Duga, I just thought of something. So he went into the piano room and started playing Can't Help Myself, and he played the chords backwards. He said, how'd that sound? I said, it sounds pretty good. He said, it actually sounds like the same old song. He said, same old song. And that's how the same old song was born. It's almost like he sobered up right then and there and just really went to work. He said, okay, I'm fine, dude. So I left him like that. The next day, the team called us in to record. They had recorded the rhythm track, cut the rhythm track, so we recorded the same old song that day. The next day, they called us in because they had mixed it, put everything together, And so we got a stamp label copy. So we always stamp a label copy because Barry said, I got to get these to the disc jockey. That was Friday. Monday morning, it was all over the radio and running up the charts.